ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the National Eros Park. I'm here with international motivational speaker, King Hollis. Today, I'm taking my son on a journey to meet the ancestors that you hear him speak about in some of his songs and some of his motivational speak. King is worthy of this trip because the ancestors are proud of him. Last night, he went to Honored Gardens, or better known as Concrete Jungle, in Trenchtown. He came, he saw, and he conquered. William King, welcome to Eros Park.
I just want to thank you.
You're most welcome.
For being a true leader and for reaching back out to young kings to teach them the right direction to go. Keep them safe, keep them mentally strong, and give us the lessons that a lot of people try to hide from us. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the humility of King Hollis, born poor, Pontiac, Michigan, gang infested. His mother, heroin overdose. She died. His father, still incarcerated in prison. But today, he stands tall. So wherever mama is, man, wherever your mama is, she must be proud of you. Because this is where she's at. She's among the ancestors. Stay tuned. We're gonna go on this spiritual journey with William King Hollis. Black power!
Revolution strong.
King Hollis, today is a very spiritual day for me because we're standing where the giant's image is rested. We're talking about the Right Honorable Paul Bogle, a deacon minister, died in 1865. He was never born a slave. He was extremely wealthy. But what he did was what made me love him so much as one of our heroes. Because a man who owns over 5,000 acres of land in that time in 1865 is not a normal man. He didn't have to do what he did. He didn't have to go down into Stony Gut and look out for these suffering people. He did what he did because he was the most selfless man on earth in 1865. King Hollis, here is the Right Honorable Paul Bogle.
Well, since I don't got the honor to meet this man, and a lot of us never had the honor to meet this man, his presence lives strong. In 1865, and what Big Stone taught me was, basically, my prognosis is, it was a king that fought for something bigger than himself. He fought for freedom. He could have fought to be a leader and a man that took advantage of people. But he was a man that was willing to die to see his people smile again. I'm just happy to be here and happy to be in his presence. And I want you to know, Paul Bogle, if you're listening, true kings are still rolling. We're willing to die for our people to live.
Rose. King Hollis, baby. King Hollis. I want you to play some rose. And love for the right honorable Paul Bogle. I salute you, Mr. Bogle, for what you did for us well over 150 something years ago. I will never forget you, sir. You're one of the most selfless men on the planet Earth, and you taught me, sir, how not to think about myself, but to think about the suffering of our people. We love you, Mr. Bogle, and we'll always respect, honor, and remember you, sir. Thank you. My brother, we're going now to the sepulchre of a man that, when his people were suffering and dying and bleeding in the parishes of Trelawney, Hanover, Westmoreland, he was a privileged slave because he was well educated. He taught himself how to read. He was the accountant for the colonial masters, tallying up how many slaves were born like we were animals and cattle. But he still despised the wickedness that they placed upon our people. So he planned one of the biggest massacres. Come over here, Mr. King. This is the Right Honorable Samuel Sharpe. This man couldn't understand what was happening with his people. And what he did was, every day after he finished work, he would go up into the mountains and walk through the hills and go from one parish to the other and speak to the different slaves. And he said, listen, come Christmas night, we're going to wait for them because they're going to be drunk. Come Boxing Day, and you know what Boxing Day means? It doesn't mean fist fighting. It means the leftovers and the spoil from their table. That's what they feed to us, and that's why they celebrate that day. I don't celebrate Boxing Day in Jamaica. What he did was, he said, when they go to sleep, we're going to do it. Burn their villages to the ground, kill them. But I want to tell you something about this great man. Why I love this great man. When they captured him, they said, Samuel, you're our prize slave. How could you do this to us? What's the matter with you? We can't kill you, Samuel. We love you, Samuel. You're our chief accountant. What do you want? All you have to do is to promise us, after they kill so many people, never to get involved in anything like this again. They're willing to forgive him. By this time he was in his cell and he being built, the gallows. And he said these now famous words: I'd rather die and he on the gallows to live the life of a slave. So he refused their offer. The rose. I want you to pay your respect to Samuel Sharpe, national hero.
Samuel Sharpe, King Hollis, one of your young soldiers. I believed in your mission, and to this day I believe in your mission. The thing that I'm creating is Kings and Queens United. It's the same thing, but just in a different way, a modern way. To take our dollars and keep it in our community, and never look for outside forces to help us fix something that they never could understand, but they created. I just want to tell you we love you, I love you, and I promise to keep your great name and many other great names alive forever. Pay homage to you.
Samuel Sharpe, you know how I feel about you, sir. Your selflessness. You was a prize slave, you was the chief accountant. They loved you, but you love your people more. And you're willing to sacrifice your life. Instead of giving up or selling out like some of us do, you didn't. You gave your life for us, sir. And with that, I am eternally grateful. Long live your memory, Samuel Sharpe. Now we're going to take a walk, and we're going to continue on this journey. How could you come to Jamaica? A man that has lit the way for you, and you refuse to honor him. We're on our way to see where the Nanny of the Maroons, her remains are not there. Her remains is in Portland. And I would love, King, for you to go and stand on that earth, man, of one of the greatest women that fought for her people. Up till this day, they never see her died. She just disappeared. And she rises in us. King, this is where Nanny of the Maroon is remembered. Even though she wasn't buried here, but they immortalized her with this monument. So where we're standing right now, I consider this to be holy ground. Mr. Pike, you're a part of the entourage. We bless your presence, because out of this woman comes forth you. Out of this woman comes forth King. Out of this woman comes forth another woman. This is one of the greatest women, and I don't say black woman, she's the greatest woman, period, that was ever born on the planet Earth. She fought the British. She brought them to their knees, and they had to beg her to sign the treaty. To this day, King Hollis, she never did. Her brother Cudger and Tacky signed the treaty, but she never did. She said, I would sign treaty to no man. I didn't start the war, they did. I'm not signing a treaty to this. Rose. King Hollis, I want you to make your presentation to Queen Nanny of the Maroons.
Queen Nanny, I'm a young king that buried my mother to a heroin overdose. And I know the power of a queen. I know only in the womb of a woman can a man breathe underwater. That is the most special entity in the world, and you exemplified that. I just want to thank you for teaching us young black kings how to love our black woman, how to treat our black woman, and how our black woman is supposed to ride for us just as much as we ride for them. So Queen, I thank you for being the epitome of some of the greatest black women to ever walk this earth. And that Stone said the greatest, because you put your life on the line, not for your sisters and your kids, but for our whole existence. I thank you, Queen.
Queen Nanny, how can I thank you? We call you Nana, because you're Nanny to all of us. I am your son. I respect you. I had the opportunity to stand on the ground where they say you were buried. I'm saying that's the ground where you actually disappear from the enemies. They say you were so powerful that you shoot bullets from your butt. But that is a myth they cannot understand even till this day. She used to catch the bullets in her hand and throw it back at them. She used to wipe out an entire platoon of 200 soldiers. They couldn't go through the terrain because the terrain is very narrow, so they walk in single file. So they were dressed in camouflage. Up until this day, the United States government owe her patent for the camouflage because she created that. They used to dress in leaves, and in dressing in leaves like a tree, you couldn't tell. So when the soldiers walked past, the last soldier, they would just grab him, cut his throat, and fall right back. And so up until this day, they don't know what happened. They was bewildered, and they lost the entire platoon. Most of them went crazy because they thought they seen a ghost. They cannot believe a platoon of 200 people would just disappear. So I salute you, Your Highness.
Nanny.
Unto the granddaddy of them all. In 1940, they said he died. In 1940, I say he rise. Let's go meet the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey. You're about to enter holy ground. I'm asking you to remove your shoes from your feet in symbol of one of the greatest men that was ever born on the planet Earth. We're talking about the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey. Let's go. Hollis, stand right there in front of a true king. Marcus Garvey was born on the 17th of August in 1887. He was born on a Wednesday. It was a very stormy night when he was born. His mother and father were wealthy. They owned bakeries and cattle, but he could not put down the book. He taught himself to read. At age 14, he opened up his first printry. Marcus Garvey did the unthinkable when he asked to meet with the Ku Klux Klan. They thought he was crazy. How can a black man want to meet with his oppressor that kills him? But Marcus Garvey was right. He was saying, you want to be segregated from us, and we want to be segregated from you. So we serve the same purpose. Let's meet each other halfway. King Hollis says, a man knows his intention when he can look at adversity and run towards it. This man did. The Right Honorable Marcus Garvey, on the 10th of June, they say he transcended. I say, on the 10th of June, he did not transcend, he rise. In court, when they were trying to sentence Marcus Garvey on a mail fraud charge, to say that he fraudulent his people of a few dollars because he wanted to start the Black Star Liner. While Marcus Garvey was in courtroom, and the judge finally was about to lay his sentence on Mr. Garvey. And he said to the courtroom, we have finally captured the tiger. And the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey replied to him saying, yes, you have captured the tiger, but my cubs are running loose. My cubs are still running loose. King Hollis, I want you to make your presentation to the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Black Moses.
Now that I have a chance to finally speak in the spirit of a great king, I just want to say, Mr. Garvey, we thank you. We thank you for letting us know that our color, our skin is a symbol of greatness all over the world. For letting us know that the power that we possess in our spirit and our melanin is more powerful than any weapon any man could ever create. I promise you that what we do in these next generations will truly make you guys smile. It'll make all of you guys so happy. You were before your time, and you were right. Your cubs are running loose. We're stronger, we're courageous, but many are asleep. We got a lot of work to do. And I understand that in order to go against evil, you must put your life on the line, just like you did, King. So at the end of the day, Marcus Garvey, you are the greatest man to ever walk this earth. Many men walk this earth and pretend to be like you, when I know there never could be another you, only a symbol of you. So Marcus Garvey, I stand strong, I stand firm at 30 years old. And I promise our people will rise higher than ever before. And we will do it with strategy in your favor, education. Love you, kid.
The Right Honorable Marcus Garvey, a selfless man. A man who loved his people so much, even in Jamaica when they tried to stone him and call him an ugly, short black man. They could not understand the texture and the greatness of melanin. He taught me this, and this is why I will always remember and honor one of the greatest black men on earth. He said, if you lack confidence, you're not only once defeated, but twice defeated. But with confidence, you're won before you even started. The Right Honorable Marcus Garvey can never be duplicated.